You bring two Christians together, two Christians, and although they may differ in some things, but you bring two Christians together, and my friend, you will find unity. We are one. Well, there's so much disunity in the church. No, there's not. There's a lot of disunity with a bunch of carnal people who are goats trying to act like sheep. That's the problem. But when you bring believers together, there will be unity. Does it mean that there will never be disunity? No, it doesn't mean, because there's sin in all of us. It doesn't mean there'll never be disunity. It doesn't mean that there'll never be disagreements. But it means when you look at the full course of the relationship, there is a fraternal love, a unity there. I remember I was traveling through the mountains years and years ago in a red zone that the communists, the Maoists controlled. And we were lost and it was pitch dark and we were scared, another missionary and myself. And we made our way into this little village and I kind of stood on the edge of it. My brother that was with me was Peruvian. And he went in and he came back out. He says, I don't see any military. So we kind of walked in and I kind of humped over so everyone would think I was short. And we came up to this drunk and we said, hay hermanos por aquí. Are there brothers here? And he said, la vieja por ahí. The old woman over there. She's one of you. And so I went over there and I knocked on the door. And this little woman, she's about this big, she opened the door with her lantern and looked. And I said, somos hermanos. Necesitamos ayuda. We're brothers. She knew what that meant in Spanish. We're evangelicals. We're Christian. And we need help. And she went, I'll never forget that face. She went, and she just grabbed us and pulled us in. Took us down to the basement that they'd carved out of the side of the hill there. Put us down there. A little boy came. She gave him some instructions. All of a sudden he took off. He comes back running. And then this man shows up. He's got 2 chickens. And another little poor farmer comes up with some yucca plant. And they start preparing. We stayed there all night. All right, now, they were won to the Lord by a group of Nazarene missionaries. The Nazarenes and I could sit down and debate some issues. We would. But these were people who knew Christ and knew their sins had been forgiven. And because I was a preacher in Jesus' name, willing to risk their life. There's unity. Now, theology is extremely important. It is extremely important. But I'll tell you this, I will not separate and break fellowship with someone who disagrees with me on some things. Now, I will separate with people who depart from historical Christianity, who preach another Christ, and so on and so forth. But you see, there's a unity there.